Hello everybody, Dead Spikes here, and today we're going to make a video talking about how to prevent getting a white AR. So currently there is a bug, people will call it. It's not exactly a bug in my opinion, but there is this unfortunate event is what I would like to call it, where your AR that you farmed turns into a white one, like the one I'm kind of holding. And instead of getting your Earthborn Renegade, you come back on and you have some random white AR in that slot. So before we explain how to prevent this or how to fix this, first thing we're going to go over on why this actually happens. So this actually happens because the Earthborn Renegade is a DLC weapon. We know it's a DLC weapon from the Hellrangers content pack because we get it from our inbox in our game. It's this weapon right here. This is where we get it from. So what's actually happening to unfortunately turn your Earthborn into a white assault rifle is you are loading into the game before the DLC loads. So basically what you're doing is you are loading into the game at such a fast pace that your storage device did not connect the Hellrangers content pack DLC with Outriders. So when you loaded into the game and the game saw you had a Hellrangers content pack assault rifle, but it doesn't know what Hellrangers content pack assault rifle is since it hasn't loaded it yet, it then defaults and turns that assault rifle into a default white assault rifle. I'm not exactly sure why it turns into a white assault rifle. I'm assuming it has something to do with them thinking people are trying to exploit code, so it turns higher value things into lower value items. But that's basically what happens. The game doesn't know this DLC item because it doesn't exist because it didn't load the content, so it's turning it into a base game item. One thing you can do when this initially happens is if you close your game down before the game autosaves. The game autosaves from a bunch of things, going in inventories, talking to some of the characters and so on. If you close out your game, if you're on PC, if you Alt F4, if you're on console, if you go into your guide and close the game and reopen it and let it load the DLC and come back in, you should bring your AR back. It should bring your Earthborn Renegade back, and when you get back on, it should be back into your slot to use. If you did save your game with this white AR in the slot, unfortunately, there is no way to backtrack and get your Renegade back because the game already saved the new version of this weapon. To prevent this issue, to make sure that it does not happen to you again in the future, or it doesn't happen to you at all if it hasn't happened to you yet, which I hope it hasn't, when you load up the game, instead of going and clicking continue game right off the bat, give the game a little bit to register what's going on, to get the DLC, to load everything. Don't just immediately jump on and hit continue game. Just give the game maybe like a minute. Give it like a minute to make sure everything's nice and processed and the DLC has been loaded. After you waited maybe around a minute, then go ahead and load into your game. And for the most part, you should be all right. There's a lot of other games I've played that have issues like this, and that's why I know how to handle this issue. Borderlands actually has something very similar, and they added a sign in their actual main menu that tells you once everything is loaded. Unfortunately, like I said towards the beginning of this video, I don't think this is a bug. This is more like an accidental events that have happened in a row. Accidentally loaded into the game without the DLC being there. So with that being said, I don't think this is something that the developers can really patch because it's not really a bug or a glitch that's happening. It's an unfortunate bunch of events happening in a row. The only way that the developers could probably prevent this is if they made the DLC actually part of the game, which would defeat the purpose of it being a DLC. But anyways, that's pretty much everything we went over. So if this happens to you somehow on accident, close your game down right away before you save. Close it down before doing anything, and you should be able to save it and bring back your purple AR. To prevent this happening in general, let your game load in the main menu for about a minute before you load into the game, and it shouldn't happen. that'll do it for this video. If you enjoyed it or you found it helpful, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It does help me out a lot. If you want to see some more helpful Outrider tutorials like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I make content for this game all the time. If you ever want to reach out to me or some of my community that also play Outriders, join the Discord. It's in the description of this video down below. Any questions you have, I should be able to answer in the comment section of this video or in the Discord I just went over. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Spikes out.